Welcome back to the Memphis Tech Pharaohs College Football 26 Team Builder Dynasty. We have a big game to kick off this episode. We have two 6-0 teams, Memphis Tech against Liberty. Liberty's ranked number 24 on the season, and we lost to them 13-10 last year. Very tight defensive game. We allowed 207 yards on the ground to them. They only threw the ball 13 times and only had 85 yards passing, but we just couldn't stop their run game. Our offense put up 496 yards. They're 296, but we also threw 2 picks, which killed a couple of drives, obviously. And Liberty went on to go 6-1 in Conference USA and win the conference championship. And we're trying to get some revenge here and assert our dominance in Conference USA, and this is our biggest test to date. If you look at how our season has gone, we've put up a ton of points every single week. See 42, 41, 54, 37, 44, 34, but look at the points allowed. 34, 31, 33, made some adjustments in our depth chart and found a playbook and a particular set of plays that I like to start out on the drives. And look at our defense, 14, 13, and 10. So now we have our biggest test. And we'll just have to see how we stack up against Liberty. We're going to get 3 games in this episode, and then the next episode, we will finish off the regular season with these 3 games. So without further ado, let's hop in here and take on number 24, Liberty. Last year, our game at Liberty came down to the final seconds, trying to kick this game-tying field goal, and Ian Wells, our kicker, hooked it left. The meter got me, and we dropped a heartbreaking 13-10 loss on the road against the best team in Conference USA. But this year. Both teams are undefeated. Liberty is ranked number 24, and we're looking for revenge. We're looking to beat our first ranked team in this dynasty. Tough task, and hopefully our guys can step up to it this time, keep this undefeated season going, and let the rest of the Conference USA know we are for real this season. And we will be kicking off first. Matthew York, our punter, kicks this one deep, and that's going to be a touchback. And Liberty Flames will start on their own 25-yard line. You can see their running back, Caden Williams, 107 yards, 3 touchdowns last week. He's going to be a handful for us, but we've really limited the running game by our opponents this year. 1st and 10, 2-back set. Here's the fake and a pitch on the read option, and Williams runs over our corner. He's going to get 9 yards on the play, and that'll be a first down. Ethan Hauk, the quarterback, with the pitch. And now he hands off. Williams going to the right, big hole into the secondary, and finally dragged down all the way out to the 46-yard line. That's a 12-yard run. 1st and 10. Play action again. Hauk dumps it to the running back, and he gets dropped. Gain of 7. Champ Montgomery, their other running back, with the pass catch there, brings up a 2nd down and 3. And here's a handoff, and going nowhere, Evan Dickens, another one of the running backs. He's going to lose 2 on the play, is Ross Jolly, the freshman with the TFL. That'll bring up a big 3rd and 5, so we can get off the field. Here's the handoff. Get to the outside. Williams, he's got the first down and more. Big 7-yard gain. They move the chains. Here's the handoff to Williams again. Now their hole gets to the outside and gets dragged down and picks up 7 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. So he checks out. Dickens checks in. Slot guy goes in motion, and the touch pass, and gets to the edge, and it's going to get enough for the first down. That's Bryce Randolph, the wide receiver. But we would shut them down, and they're going to have to settle for this long field goal try. And it is good, 40 yards by Nick Brown, and that puts Liberty up 3-0 here in the first quarter. Defense, bend but not break mentality there. And you can see Bryce Frost, 315 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Need more of that. And after no gain on first down, we have 2nd and 10. Back goes in motion. Frost drops, look, man over the middle, caught. Shetron up the middle. Gets near midfield, pickup of 18 yards on the drag, and that's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's the handoff to Tyson as a hole, cuts it into the middle, and gets dropped just shy of the 55-yard gain there. Be 2nd down and 5. Man in motion, play action, Frost drops. Here comes pressure, throws over the middle, caught. Page has got it, and that's going to move the chains and get a first down, 8-yard pass. First and 10 now on their 45. Here's the handoff to Tyson, hole up the middle, and he's going to pick up 4 on the play. Be second down and 6. Got to keep this running game going. Quick passing, a lot of running. Frost drops, got a man over the middle, throws. Foreman's got it, and he's going to be shy of the first down. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. Here's the handoff to Tyson, cuts it back, big hole. And then it's going to be another first down, 10-yard gain by Keontae Tyson. Down to their 27 now. Frost drops, looks, throws, crosser underneath. And it's going to be a 5-yard gain to Page. He's second down and 5 now. Got to keep them guessing. Here's the handoff. Huge hole at the middle for Tyson. Into the secondary. Pushes forward. First down inside the 10. 15-yard gain. And that'll be first and goal from the 8. And here's the handoff. Another big hole, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There we go. Nice mixture of pass and run on that drive, and Keontae finishes it off as Memphis Tech, after this extra point, is going to take a 7-3 lead. Keontae Tyson just been a beast on the ground this year. And after the kickoff, they're going to start 3rd and 13 now. Looking. Houck takes off, stops, throws, deep shot down the right side. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Wow, he held on through contact. Goodness, 60 yards to Bryce Randolph. That gives him a 1st and 10. What a pickup on 3rd down. Here's the handoff up the middle, and Williams going to pick up 1 on the play. That'll be second down and 9. Man in motion. Fake. Houck drops, swings it out into the flat, and receiver is going to pick up 2 on the play. It's Bryce Randolph. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Houck taking his time. Slot guy goes in motion. Here's the handoff. Counter play, cuts it back to the middle, and there's no room there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Flames are going to have to try another field goal. It's like just over 30 yards. Kick is up and right down the middle and good by Brown. Now it's a 7-6 ball game. And after the kickoff, we're going to start on our own 20-yard line. Frost drops, looks, throws, out route, caught by Page, and that's going to be a first down, just enough. 1st and 10 from the 30, trips to the short side. Frost drops, looks, throws, up the sideline, caught, and that's another catch and another first down for Page. 26 yards this time. We got other receivers. It's not just about Shetron. And Frost drops, drifts to his right, looking, throwing, and caught by Gunderson, and he hangs on through contact. It's another first down. And after an incomplete pass on first down, it'll be 2nd and 10. Frost drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught by Shetron. Only picks up 2 in the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Frost drops, looks, pressure, throws over the middle, caught by Milan. Tanner Milan, big catch in traffic. He's going to pick up 17 yards, get us another first down to the 15-yard line. Here's a handoff, cut back by Tyson up the middle. It's going to be just short. Pickup of 8 on that play. And we would stall out there. And this kick by York is inside the right upright and good. So now we have a 10-6 lead. And Liberty would have to punt, so we get the ball back now. 3:18 left in the first half. 2nd and 10, had incomplete on first down. And here's a handoff. Tyson gets to the edge, cuts it back inside. He's going to pick up 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Slot man in motion. Frost drops, good pocket, throws. Another crosser caught by Page. Sheds the tackler, cuts it back in. Spins around, and he's dropped at the 40 of Liberty. Another first down. Page has been our guy to move the chains today, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we got trips left. Frost drops, looks, throws, crosser, caught. Foreman up the sideline and gets pushed out of bounds at the 17. Another first down, 23 yards on the play. Now Gunderson goes in motion. Here's the handoff. Tyson trying to get outside, cuts it back in. He's going to pick up 7 on the play. Be a timeout by Liberty. They want to have some time left on the clock after we score, or if they stop us. He's 2nd down and 3. Here's a handoff, Tyson, and not going to get the first down. Swarmed over, and Liberty burns their second timeout. And after no gain on third down, we're going for it on 4th and 1. Handoff to Tyson up the middle, and he just gets enough to get the first down. Down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. And we would stall out there again. And York will kick this one through and good. So now we have a 13-6 lead as we go to half. Very low scoring first half. Two very good teams. You can see Tyson, 14 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown in the first half, having his typical game. And the short passing game is working for us as well. Let's take a look at the stats. You see, they only have 4 first downs, 119 yards of offense to our 204, 67 rushing to their 46. We get 137 passing to their 73. They're struggling on third down. No turnovers, and time of possession is close. And we get the ball to start the second half. Frost drifting back, throws over the middle. Page has it, but it's only a gain of 3 on the play. Now bring up a 2nd down and 7. From our 22, Frost looks, pressure, throws, and Shetron's got it. He's just short, though. I'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. It trips to the short side again. Here's the handoff. Tyson tries to get outside, runs right into the defender. No gain, and that's going to be 4th down on our own 28-yard line. And we're going to go for it. There goes Tyson up the middle, big hole into the secondary. And he gets way more than he needs for the first down, out to the 41-yard line, a 13-yard gain on 4th and 1. After an incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. Here goes Strickland to the outside, beats one man, and gets dragged down just shy of the 40-yard line. 18-yard gain by Strickland. And here's a quick pass, RPO to Gunnarsson. He's going to pick up 8 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 2. We got trips to the right. Hand off to Tyson, up the middle, big hole again, into the secondary, finally gets dragged down at the 15-yard line, and he is just on fire this game. Here's the handoff to Tyson, cuts it back, he's got a lane, and he goes all the way to the house. Touchdown again, Keontae Tyson. So we jump out to a 20-6 lead. And after the kickoff, Liberty's got it, 2nd and 10, incomplete pass on 1st down. Houck drops, looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man, caught and dropped there. Right at the 40-yard line, 41. That'll be a 1st down, 16 yards to Dante Lee. Here's the handoff. Williams tries to get outside, and there's penetration in the middle, and he gets dropped. Kobe Garland with the TFL, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Houck takes the high snap. Here's a handoff, drop play up the middle. He's got some room. Evan Pickens with 8 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. Houck, handoff. Williams tries to go outside, cuts it back in, and does he have enough? Yes, he just gets the 1st down. 4-yard gain there. Now we're going to pick it up 3rd and 13. Houck looking, good pocket throws, got a man open at the 40, bounces off one guy and gets dropped shy of the 30. 19 yards to Darius Copeland, and they get the 1st down. 1st and 10 at our 32. Here's the handoff to Williams, tries to bounce outside, he's swarmed over, and it's going to get dropped for a loss of 3 on the play. Looks like a run blitz on that one. 2nd and 13. Run defense starting to tighten up here. Slot guy goes in motion. And a handoff to Williams, and he's going to pick up a couple. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Got to get off the field here. Closing in on 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the handoff to Williams, big hole at the middle, and he gets dragged down. Great tackle by Van Claiborne. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 5. Now they're going to try a 43-yard field goal, 44 yards. Big booming kick by Brown, and that's good. And that cuts it to an 11-point game at 20-9. And after the kickoff, we're going to start on our own 18-yard line. Hand off to Strickland, trying to get to the outside. He's going to get dragged down for a loss of 1 on the play. Now bring up 2nd and 11. Trips to the short side. Here's Frost drifting to his right. Got a man over the middle. Caught and dropped there as Foreman. Picks up 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Winding down to the end of the quarter. Slot man goes in motion. Snap, Frost got it, looking, drifting, looking, throwing, got Page open at the 25-30, and he's going to get a first down to the 33-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And see our targets trying to spread them out, not just hit Shetron all day. We're up 20 now, 20-9. 3rd and 10, Frost, here comes pressure, throws over the middle, got it, Shetron, and he's going to be short. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And we're going to go for it one more time. We went for it earlier and got it in the first half. Frost drops, looks, throws, and it's batted down, and it's a turnover on downs as Liberty's defense steps up and gets the ball back. And after they would lose 2 yards in the first 2 plays, they're down to a 3rd and 12 now on the succeeding drive. Here's Mock, great pocket, throws it over, and triple coverage, and it's caught. Copeland, what a catch. Be 1st and 10 now at our 28. We stopped the run game, now we got to stop the pass game, and spinning move there by Dickens, and he's blasted for a 4-yard loss. Chris Ellinger with the TFL. That'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Hawk, handoff, Williams tries to get outside, and he bounces off one, and it gets finally dragged down in the backfield. He's going to lose 5 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 19. Defense clamping down now. Hawk drops. Good pocket, steps, looks, throws, got a crosser, and bounces off 2 guys, finally gets dragged down. That's going to bring up a 4th and 8. And they're going to try their 4th field goal of game, get this down to a 1-score game, and Brown, plenty of leg as he drills it through from 42 yards. It makes it 20-12. And after our drive fizzled out and we had to punt, Liberty's got it now, 5:31 left. Play action pass out into the flat to the running back. Williams picks up 12 on the RPO. Liberty needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. 1st and 10 on their 32. And here's the handoff to Williams, trying to get outside, and he gets swarmed over, and he only picks up 1 on the play. Slow developing run. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Need a big stop here, guys. Pump fake. Houck looks, throws deep over the middle, has got a man, and gets dropped at our 40. 27-yard pass to Tolzine. Deshaun Tolzine moves the chains. 1st and 10 now as they keep their drive alive. Here's the handoff up the middle, big hole. Dickens picks up 12 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 28. Man goes in motion. Houck, little RPO swing pass to the running back out into the flat, and he gets dropped right around the 25-yard line. 3-yard pass there, bring up a 2nd down and 7. Under 2.5 minutes left. Houck drops, looks, throws on the in route, caught, and it's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. 6-yard pass to Copeland, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 1 now for the Liberty Flames. Need a touchdown. Here's the handoff, trying to get to the edges. Williams, he's not going to get there. In fact, he's going to lose 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 4. They need to convert here. Here's the drop. Here comes the blitz, and down he goes. Bubba Van Claiborne with the blitz, gets the sack, gets the turnover on downs. Now we have it 1st and 10 on the 28. Tyson tries to run up the middle. He's going to gain nothing on the play, and they're going to call their first timeout. In fact, he loses a yard. That'll be 2nd down and 11. Got to burn off their timeouts. Here's a handoff to Tyson, and again, they swarm him, and he picks up 2 as they call their 2nd timeout. Need a big 3rd down conversion here. 3rd and 8, 1:21 left. Liberty down to 1 timeout. Houck drops, looks over the middle, caught Shetron, beats his man, splits the safeties, and he is not going to be caught. He's going to the house. 70-yard touchdown on 3rd down and 9. Talon Shetron comes through in the clutch again. And that seals the game right there. 28-12. Look at this replay. Just beat the man, cuts upfield, and no one on the other team can catch him. And we're going to go for 2 here to make this a 16-point game. Here's the throw out into the flat, caught by Page, and that's a good conversion. And that puts us up 16. And that's ball game as Liberty couldn't score on their final drive. And we win this matchup between undefeated teams. We knock off the number 24 team, Liberty, at their place, 28-12. 21 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns by Keontae Tyson. And the passing game did a great job today as well, as we have a huge win that should vault us to the top of Conference USA. Unbelievable. Let's check out these stats. See, we had 19 first downs to their 11, 399 yards to 236, limited them to 52 yards rushing. We had 136. Threw for 263 to their 184. They were 6 out of 13 on third. We were 6 out of 12. No turnovers. They had more time of possession than us. Let's check out these player stats. Frost, 20 of 30 for 263 and a touchdown. Rushing side, Tyson, 21 carries, 116 and 2. Receiving side, Page, 7 for 78. Shetron, 6 for 123 and that long touchdown to seal it. No sacks allowed. Defensively, 15 tackles by Bubba Van Cliburn with 5 TFLs and a sack. What a game by Bubba. Pace, our corner, had 10. And look at all these TFLs. My goodness. That's close to 25 TFLs in the game. 2 sacks. No picks. And what an absolute beast of a game that was. Defense was just phenomenal. Offense just did what we needed to and got that big play at the end to seal the deal. But that is a huge win for our program and should give us first place in the conference all by ourselves. Yeah, 4-0. And yeah, just an awesome road victory against a ranked team. And now we head on, advance the week, see what happens on the recruiting side. Number 1 there, got a visit with this running back. And looks like Syracuse wants to get in on this. Anybody else? Yeah, finally on this 4-star wide receiver. So let's not mess around and throw 50 on him this week. I might throw 50 on him too. We'll see. They're getting involved. So let's schedule a visit. And that'll take care of that. Looks like A&M's getting involved, but we're ahead and we're putting 50 on them. We lost this guard to Vanderbilt. That was our recruiting battle. That's fine. We got a bunch of other guys we can go with. And it looks like Texas A&M, yeah, probably not going to. Well, they have the same tier. We'll just see. Mike, we're good there. It's free safety. We tried a sway here. Got it. Okay. So now we can actually go in and hard sell. These guys were number 1 on. They finally offered on this tackle. We don't have the tier. If they want to go get them, that's fine. Bunch of other guys here. Put all the 4 stars towards the top. All the guys we were putting points on. And you know what? I don't want to lose this guy. So let's throw 10 on him. Just to add a little extra. Can we? Yeah, we can visit. All right. So let me take some points off somebody. We'll take 25 off Tavai, give him 25 back, and then go get this visit scheduled. And throw 10 on top. All right, there we go. Takes care of recruiting. And look, guys, we are ranked number 21. How about that? By beating Liberty, we jumped into the top 25. We are ranked for the first time in school history. Wow. Love that. Love that. 7-0 on the season. And we get ranked for the first time. That is just simply amazing. Now we take on Jacksonville State. Got a couple of visits. And then we also take on Louisiana Tech. So 2 home games coming up. Should be able to take care of business there. 2 more home games after that, and we finish up on the road. So let's get these last 2 games in on this episode. And now we come back home and take on Jacksonville State as the number 21 ranked team in the country. First time we've ever cracked the top 25. And this is also the first time that these 2 teams have faced each other in this dynasty. And we're going to get the ball start first as they kick this ball off. LJ Young's going to take it at the 6, runs straight up the middle, and gets swarmed over and dropped at the 25, and that's where we're going to start our first drive of the game. And you can see what Keontae Tyson did last week against Liberty, 116 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns to lead the way. Here we are, 1st and 10 on our own 25-yard line. Handoff, Tyson trying to get to the edge, and he's not going to get anything. He loses a yard, in fact. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Frost drops, looks, throws. He's got a man open. That's Shetron down the sideline to the 40, inside the 40, down around the 35. 41-yard out route by Shetron from Bryce Frost. Lost his coverage guy, and it was off to the races. Now Gunderson goes in motion. Now we got trips left. Handoff, Tyson tries to get outside and gets nothing. In fact, he's going to lose 5 on the play, as their pursuit is just off the charts right now. Here's Frost throwing over the middle. Foreman's got it, and he'll get 4 of those back. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Bryce drops, looks, throws, short of the sticks. Page has got it. He's going to pick up 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. Matthew York, deep kick, and oh, and it's short. He short-legged it there and missed it. Wow, I thought he was going to have that, but now it's a turnover on downs. And Rasheed Williamson, number 1 back there for Jacksonville State. Got to keep our eye on him. Here's the handoff. Gets to the outside, cuts it back in, and he's going to pick up 10. I'm going to say it's inches short, so it'll be 2nd down in inches. Cade Cunningham, the quarterback, drops, looks. Here comes pressure, and down he goes. Jaquez Blanks with a big sack. Loss of 7 on the play. Late pressure got to him. Came in with the blitz, went around the back, and down goes Cunningham. Now we have a 3rd down and 7. See if we can get them off the field here. Cunningham drops, looks, good pocket this time. No pressure at all. Steps up, throws into the flat, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. Tight end Everett Polk with the catch and run on the swing pass. Here's a handoff. Williamson he spins around one, tries to spin around the other. Still picks up 10 on the play. Another 1st down now at their own 48. RPO pass, and that's Polk again. 7-yard gain. He's 2nd down and 3. Keeping us on our heels this drive. And it's a fake. Read option. Cunningham tries to get outside. Picks up 6 on the play, and that'll be a 1st down. Doesn't look like he has great wheels. Cunningham takes a snap, looks, throws, crosser, and that's Polk again. And he's going to get dragged down at the 20. Be 1st and 10 as they go no huddle. They like the matchup against our defense right now. And here's the counter play. Tries to get outside, and he's going to go nowhere. He's wrapped up and dropped, gang tackled. And that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. He's 2nd and 12. Roderick with the tackle. Slot man in motion. Fake. And here comes the blitz, and down he goes. Corner blitz. Terrell Pace with the big stop there. Make this a long 3rd and 19. Love those slot blitzes. Came right off the edge, and there's no one on the backside to help out. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 19 now. See if we can get him stopped here and kick field goal. Here's the play action. Cunningham, great pocket. Steps up, looks, throws. He's got a man, and it's going to be a touchdown. Luke Gilbert got past 2 defenders And Jacksonville State gets on the board first with broken coverage. Couldn't get any pressure with just 4. That's why we blitz a lot. And both teams would punt, so after those 2 punts, we take over 1st and 10 at the 43. Tyson trying to get outside, and he only picks up 1. Man, their speed on defense is keeping us from getting outside at all. He's 2nd down and 9. Here's Tyson, cuts it up the middle, and falls forward. He's going to pick up 5 on the play. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Tyson really struggling on offense to get positive yards rushing, and see we have no rushing yards on the game. Otherwise, we're pretty even. I'm going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Frost drops, looks, out route Shetron, and he's going to be just short. I'm going to say it's 4th and 2. Looks like it's shorter than that. We're going to go for it. Here's Tyson, cuts back, big lane this time, up the middle, into the secondary, inside the 20, down to the 14. 21 yards for Keontae Tyson. That'll give us a 1st and 10 there. Tyson tries to get the outside, cuts it back in, gets the 1st down, doesn't score though. It's going to give us a 1st and goal at the 2. Another 12-yard gain. Tyson goes in motion. Here's Strickland and stops on a dime and cuts back. That's a harsh cutback, but he's going to walk it in from 2 yards out. And after the extra point, we're going to have a tie game here. That was pretty amazing. Even when I was running, I couldn't believe he made that hard of a stop. Now they get the ball after the kickoff. It was a touchback, so they're going to start on their 25. There's an RPO pass out into the flat, and it's going to be a gain of 4 on the play. Throw to Gabe Glover. Bring up a 2nd down and 6. Cunningham, quick throw, caught. That's Polk again, the tight end. Picks up 9, moves the chains for them. 1st and 10, out to the 38. Cunningham taking his time, takes the snap, looks, good pocket, throws a deep shot down the numbers, down the left side, and, oh, it's caught! Wow! Will Huber, 49 yards. Had to wait to see if he's going to hang on through contact, but a great catch. And now they have a 1st and 10 to 13 as they go no huddle. What a shocker. Cunningham's got pressure, rolls out, tries to get away, and he gets dropped. Picks up 1 on the play. And we would hold them after that. They're going to have to try and settle for this field goal. And, oh, he missed it left. Garrison Ripa, the kicker, shanks it left. That's a harsh angle from the left side, and they missed it. Now, after both teams traded punts, we're going to take over. 3:07 left here in the first half. Tyson tries to run up the middle, only picks up 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Tie game, 2.5 left in the half. Frost swing pass out to Tyson in the flat. And he'll pick up 4. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Trying to get him in space any way we can. Frost drops, got a crosser. There he is. Shetron cuts it up, gets swarmed over and dropped to the 30. He's going to mark it at the 28. And that's a 2-minute warning now. Frost drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught. That's Gunderson. He slides down at the 19-yard line. 1st down there. And that gives us a 1st and 10 at the 15, 1:43 and counting. And there goes Tyson, huge hole up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. My goodness, could have drove 2 Mack trucks through that as Tyson gets his first touchdown of the day and gives us our first lead at 14-7. Now after the kickoff, another touchback. Jacksonville State starting on their own 25-yard line. 1:40 left here in the first half. Here comes pressure, and down he goes. Joshua Townsend beats the tackle badly and gets to Cunningham quick. Look at this replay. He just shot the gap, and Cunningham had no chance to set up. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 18. 1:21 and counting. Tight end goes in motion. Cunningham with the fake. Play action. Here comes pressure off the side. Down he goes again. It's going to be a sack this time by Kobe Garland. And we're going to call a timeout this time. So we have a 3rd and 22 with 1:10 left. We want to get a stop and get this ball back with time. Cunningham drops, swings it out to the running back, tries to find his room, and he's going to get swallowed up and dropped. And we're going to call our 2nd timeout. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 19 from the 16. Now Jacksonville State with the punt. Shetron has got it and going to get dropped at our own 48. Short return there. Now we have it 1st and 10 at the 48, 57 seconds left. Frost drops, looks, throws over the middle. Page has got it into Jack State territory, and he's down right around the 35. We run no huddle. Still have one timeout left. Page drops, looks, throws over the middle. Oh, and it's picked off. And that's going to stop the drive there. Mark Woods, the free safety. Errant throw behind the receiver. And Jacksonville State shuts down that 2-minute drive. It's just a bad throw behind the receiver. And Jacksonville State would march down the field. Try for this field goal with 4 seconds left. And Ripa, doink off the upright. He misses another field goal from short range on the wide hash. And that's going to take us to halftime as we lead 14-7. This game should be 14-13, but their kicker is horrendous. You can see the first half, Keontae Tyson has had 12 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Take a look at the stats from the first half. First downs are very even. Yardage is very even. They have minus 12 yards rushing because all the sacks. We have 82 yards. 112 passing for us, so they're 194. Both teams struggling on third down. One interception we threw at the end of the half, and they slightly lead in time of possession. And second half would start with 3 straight punts, so we're going to get the ball on their 43. Here's a handoff to Tyson. Big hole into the secondary. Tough sledding at the start of the game, but now he's up to 95 yards rushing as we have a first down on their 27-yard line. Frost drops, looks, throws, out route, caught by Shetron, and falls forward and gets the first down. 13-yard gain there. After an incomplete pass, we're going to have the ball second down and 10. Shetron in motion. Here's a handoff to Tyson, looking for a hole, and he gets drugged down from behind, picks up 5 in the play. That gets him to 100 yards. Now we have a second down and 5. Frost drops, throws over the middle, got it, Page, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown on the drag route. Scooter Page finds pay dirt, gets us to a 2-score lead. This extra point would make it 21-7. And after the touchback on the kickoff, they're going to start on their own 25-yard line. Tight end Polk goes in motion. RPO looking and swings it out into the flat to Polk and ran backwards, and it's going to get dropped for only a 3-yard gain. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to be third down and 7 for Jacksonville State. Cunningham takes a snap, looks, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a first down. Glover, 9-yard gain, moves the chains. First and 10 at their 37. Here's a handoff to Williamson, big hole, cuts it back up the middle, and gets by a diving defender. It's a foot race, and he's in for the touchdown. Rasheed Williamson, 63 yards to the house. He just hit the hole, and nobody on our secondary could keep up, and he was just shot out of a cannon at that point and all the way to the house. That's now a 21-14 game as we get the ball after the kickoff. Frost drops, crosser to Foreman, spins upfield, picks up 11 on the play, and that'll be a first down. Been getting a lot of yardage off the crossers in the runs now. Tyson goes in motion. Frost drops, throws, spot pass to Page, and did he get it? Nope, short, gain of 9. He's second down and 1. Frost, here's the handoff to Tyson trying to get outside, and he gets dragged down from behind on the play, and he's going to lose a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down and 2. Tight formation. Handoff to Tyson, cuts it back inside, gets the first down, picks up 8 on the play. Moves the chains, another first down at midfield. Frost, quick drop, throws, out route, caught Shetron. It's going to pick up 5 on the play. He's second down and 5. Got 2 backs set now, Strickland and Tyson. Frost looking, throwing. He's got the tight end over the middle on the in route. Big gainer here, down around the 25. It's a 21-yard gain. And after 2 plays of no yardage, we have a third down and 10. Winding down the end of the third quarter, Frost looks, out route again, Shetron, and did he get it? No, they said it's down just shy. It's going to be 4th and inches And that's the end of the third quarter. Wonderful back and forth game. See Shetron 11 targets already. We got a 4th and inches now. We're going to go for it. Not going to take this field goal. We want a touchdown. And Tyson cuts it up, and he's going to get enough to get the first down. 2-yard gain. And 1st and 10 now with the 2-back set. Frost drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught Shetron, and he's in for the touchdown. There we go. Pharaohs drive it all the way down and put it in the end zone. And they take a 2-score lead as Talon Shetron, using that speed on those crossers. It's a big-time mismatch, and then races into the end zone. And after the kickoff, we're going to pick it up. Jacksonville State has the ball 1st and 10 on their own 36. Play action, Cunningham, quick shot over the middle, caught, and that's a first down in our territory. 20-yard pass to Glover. They need 2 scores now. 9 minutes left in this game. Cunningham drops, looks, waits, pressure late, throws over the middle, caught, and that's another first down. Glover again, 21 yards as the pressure got there just too late. Now it's no huddle. They race up to the line. Now they shift. Audible their play. Here's the handoff. Williamson tries to get outside, and he's going to get wrapped up and dropped. Garland and Blanks drag him down. Loss of 3. Brings up a 2nd down and 13. And here's it. Nope. RPO pass out to Huber's. Got room up the middle and gets met and dropped and pushed back. Picks up 7 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. They need touchdowns, not field goals. Cunningham drops, throws, corner of the end zone, and it's almost picked. It's batted down. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6, and they're going to try another field goal. Cut this to an 11-point game. See if Ripa misses this one. Nope, that's right down the middle because it wasn't on either hash this time, so they get 3 out of it. Makes this a 28-17 lead for the Pharaohs. And after we would go 3 and out, Jacksonville would get the ball back on their 28-yard line after the punt. Slot man goes in motion. Fake. And here goes pressure off the edge, and down he goes. Javon Finley, D-tackle, gets in there and gets the big sack. Loss of 7 on the play. Just gets the inside leverage, and down he goes. And after an incomplete pass, it's now 3rd and 17. Big stop needed right here. Cunningham drops. Good pocket this time. Deep shot down the left side. And, it gets knocked loose by the defender. More than enough for the first down. And now they're going to have to go for it. 4th and 17 on their own 21-yard line. Cunningham drops. Good pocket. Steps up. Deep shot again down the left side. Down the numbers. And it's broken up at the end. Get help at the last second. And we get a turnover on downs. And we're going to take over on the 21, 5:31 left. Tyson tries to run outside, and he's going to pick up 3 on the play. Here's the handoff to Tyson. Tries to cut back to the middle, and met and dropped there. Another gain of 3. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Field goal helps us, gets it back to a 2-touchdown game, so we're just not going to throw another pick here, look for a fumble. Here's the handoff to Strickland, and he gets swarmed over and dropped for no gain. That's fine. We are just going to take this field goal. 31-yard attempt, and Matthew York is good right down the middle. We're back up to a 14-point lead at 31-17. And the next drive after that touchdown, Jacksonville State driving, under 2 minutes left. 4th and 5 here. Cunningham drops, looks, takes off running, and he beats us to the end zone for a touchdown. 5-yard run by Cunningham cuts it down to a 7-point game. But we would get the kickoff. Surprisingly, they would not try an onside kick it deep, and we would just run out the clock and get this exciting 31-24 win. Our first win as a ranked team and our first win against Jacksonville State. And you can see rough start by Keontae Tyson. Rebounds, 26 carries, 125 and a touchdown. He was the man of the day. And we get this big win, stay undefeated, and we'll have to see how far we move up the rankings after this one. Let's get in here and check out these stats. 21-19 on first down is pretty even. 338 to 380. Offense is pretty even. Same amount of plays. They had 47 yards rushing. We had 125. They had 333 passing to our 213. Both teams struggled on third down. We were 2 for 2 on fourth. Turnovers, 1 pick that we threw. And time of possession was pretty even. Frost, 20 of 32, 213, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tyson, again, 26, 125, and 1. Strickland had the other touchdown. Receiving wise, Shetron, 8 for 98 and 1. Page, 4 for 41 and 1. Blocking side, no sacks again. Defensively, Jacquez Blanks, 10 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack. Look at all of those TFLs. We had a ton of TFLs. We had a ton of sacks. We had 8 sacks from 8 different people in this huge win as our first game as a ranked team. And after the game, we see Talon Shetron has set the Memphis Tech single season receiving touchdowns record. What an impressive one season he's going to have with the team. And we survived that game, but we moved to 8-0 on the season. Let's advance this week, see how far we move up in the rankings and what the recruiting looks like. I did make a few changes off camera to our board, and we are now ranked number 17. Let's go. Let's check this out. Top 25. South Carolina is the only other undefeated team. Wow. So we move up to 17, passed up Michigan. They're 5-3. Wow. So we're 17. And yeah, look at that. Georgia lost to South Carolina, and that put South Carolina up to number 1. And Auburn lost to Texas. There you go, revamp. Texas doing work for me. Now we're going to take on Louisiana Tech. They're horrible, 2-6, 0-4 in conference. Before we go to that game let's check out this recruiting. Still number 1 on these quarterbacks. Still clinging to number 1 on this running back. Although Syracuse making a push, and they have a visit coming up soon. And we have one the next week, so hopefully he won't commit that week. Killing it on that 4-star. Trying to get on this guy's board. In fact, we're going to go ahead and put 20... Yeah, we'll put 25 for now. I have some other guys I want to put points on. First on that wide receiver. First there. All these 4-star wide receivers were number 1 on. Added this guy to the board. I'm going to go remove this 15 and put 25. Trying to get as many 4-star receivers as we can. This offense needs some guys on the backside. Let's go ahead and put 50 on this guard. 5 there. No one else is coming. Got a big lead on this 4-star D tackle. 4-star. Let's pull this 10 off and see if we can get a little bit better week this week. We may be a little too late for that one because Florida is making a push. 4-star Mike, no one's going after. And let's get... Yeah, he's got this hard pitch going, so let's leave that there. Looks like it's helping a lot. Good there, good there. This tackle. Yeah, let's check down here at the bottom. I got some other guys down here. Raging Cajuns. Yeah, we're not going to get Little John. That's fine. We'll take him off. Strong safety, though. We'll throw 10 on him. And that'll be it for recruiting. So now let's just hop into this third and final game of the episode and see where we rank after this game is done. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. Any blowout games, we're just going to give highlights for, and that's the case with this one against Louisiana Tech, as we blew them out 62-24, putting up 40 points in the first half. So let's hop into these highlights and see all the fun plays that we had in this blowout win. Opening drive, capped off by this 7-yard run by Keontae Tyson. First score of the day makes it 7-0. He has just been a man on fire all season long. And after a 3-and-out by La Tech, we drive down again, this time over the middle. Gunderson with a 5-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Frost, and it's a quick 14-0. And then the defense would get involved. 2nd and 8. Devontae Williams with a pass, and it's picked by Noah Collins, and he takes it back to the house, 29 yards for the pick six. Pimps. And we are up 20-0 after the missed extra point. Louisiana Tech would finally get on the board here. 1-yard touchdown run by Andrew Burnett cuts it down to a 20-7 game. And then the ensuing kickoff. LJ Young takes it a yard deep, straight up the middle. Has a hole, got a lane, no one's going to stop him. He's going to go 101 yards to the house. Our first kickoff return touchdown of the season. And it's back to a 27-7 game, 20-point lead restored. In the second quarter, Louisiana Tech would get their second score of the game as Burnett with a big run right up the middle for 13 yards. Makes it 27-14. And then Bryce Frost get his second touchdown pass of the game. This little floater to the edge. Javian Foreman, 5 yards, and makes it 34-14. And one more touchdown before the half for Frost. Drops way back and launches this deep go ball. And Shetron catches it at the 10 and walks in 59 yards on the wheel route to our number 1 receiver. Check out this replay. He just lobbed that ball deep and just let him run out there and beat the DBs to the spot and into the end zone. And the Pharaohs would win in a laugher 62-24. Huge game for Bryce Frost, 325 yards and 6 touchdowns as we just blow them out and get another win, stay undefeated. And let's take a look at the stats of this blowout game. First downs were pretty close. Actually, yardage was to 400 to our 455. They ran for 91 yards, the most we've allowed all season. We ran for 130. They passed for 309. We were 325. We held them to 3 of 10 on third down. We were 5 of 8. They threw 1 pick. And time of possession, we had 7 minutes more. Stat-wise, Frost, 31 of 39, 325, 6 touchdowns. We had some deal-breaker stuff that we had to take care of with the passing game today, even when we were up big. We needed to really force the issue through the air. On the ground, Keontae only carried it 17 times for 140 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving side, Talon Shetron, 10 for 160 and 2. Gunderson, 7 for 55 and 2. Foreman with a touchdown. Page with a touchdown. Blocking side, only 1 sack allowed. Defensively, 13 tackles by Terrell Pace, the corner. He also had 2 sacks. Roderick, a free safety, 12 tackles. Bubba, 8 tackles and 2 TFLs. We had a total of 3 sacks and 1 pick. And then the big 101-yard kickoff return by LJ Young, our first kickoff return for a touchdown in the entire first 2 years of this dynasty. That was quite exciting, straight up the middle. But that was it on this game. And Bryce Frost set the Memphis Tech single-game passing touchdowns mark with those 6 touchdown passes. And Talon Shetron set the Memphis Tech single-season receiving yards mark in this game. And now let's advance this week, see where we are in the rankings. And before we get to the rankings, Noah Collins, Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week with that pick 6 and 2 deflections. Also the National Defensive Player of the Week. That's the first time we've had one of those. And we are up to number 15. See who we jumped over. Jumped over Florida, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Notre Dame. So we're up to 15 now. And right now, you can see on the left side there, we are actually in the football playoff consideration, having right now the 11 seed facing Oregon. That's amazing. And let's take a look at the recruiting one last time before we go. Way up on top for these 2 quarterbacks. Still holding off Syracuse for Johnny Jameson, 4-star elusive bruiser. Way ahead on Pierre Hoyt, another 4-star guy. We have 25 minutes on, but he's not showing up yet. We'll just have to wait. We got time. Number 1 on this 4-star receiver. Number 1 on him. 1 on him. Again, number 1. And trying to get on his board. And all of a sudden, Clemson coming in. They got that big tier. They may steal Carlos Santos here at the last second. We cannot schedule a visit yet. Number 1 on this 4-star edge. Wade, number 1 on this 4-star D tackle. 3rd on this Will. We may not get him. We have a visit coming up. Mike, we're 1 for Free safety, we're number 1. Corner. This guy is an offensive lineman. Tackle, right tackle, left tackle, edge, Mike. We're first on all these guys. 3-star free safety. Trying to get this 3-star strong safety. And I just put a bunch of guys on the board here. We're all in the top 5 for them as well. So we shall see how this goes. And next episode, we will wrap up this regular season with home games against Kennesaw State and Florida International before we go on the road and take on the Raging Cajuns again at their place. They are 7-2 on the season, so we have a couple of tough games coming up. That's good. And one last thing before we go, looking at the Heisman Trophy race, Talon Shetron is moved into the number 3 spot for the Heisman Trophy. Simply amazing. I can't believe the season he's had. And there you see 76 catches for 1,133 yards, averaging 126 yards per game, 12 touchdowns. He's got 623 yards after the catch, and he has 2 punt return touchdowns. So Mr. Do-It-All, there he is, number 3 in the Heisman race. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next one goes live. And I will see you soon with the next installment as we wrap up this second regular season, and get on into the hopefully conference championship, and then maybe even into the playoffs. You never know. So you guys take care, and I'll see you soon.